Alright, you guys, welcome to the stream. Let me just double check that everything is running. I think it's working. Hello? It's not popping up on my second device, so I'm wondering if I am alive. Hopefully I am. Am I on the right channel? Oh man. Things are not looking too good. Let me just double check my YouTube. Yeah, it seems like I'm going. Alright, perfect. So, in this stream, let's hope it's gonna be a bit longer than the usual like short streams I've been doing recently. I haven't had the time to do like a full-on hour-long stream about, and so that's what I'm planning to do. So as you can see, I've already got a little bit of work done, so I kind of just did this with the beams. So I have the middle, which is the white part, and the outside, the kind of rotating part, which is the beam. And then up here, that's part of this attachment. We've got the dust energy, flipbook energy, and white ripple. These are each part of the ZV 3.0 Sonito Visuals plugin. This is a pretty nice plugin that I've been using for a while now. And so they had like a little competition thing, and so I decided I might as well join in, just because I'm gonna have to end up doing FX later on anyway, so you know, might as well do it while I'm over here. And so yeah, so I was also scripting up a little bit over here. If I go to, let's see, let me actually turn on a little bit of music as well. Maybe turn it down a little though. Alright, so where is it? Yeah, it's in server storage. There we go. So the arc script. This is basically the whole script for the kind of moving part, which I was working on last stream, which if anybody remembers that. And so basically I've got a few functions that I need. So it's move an arc, get player mouse, and those are really all you need, right? I set it up to only go for me, and so no, this won't really work for anybody else. But I think that's fine, just because I'm gonna be the only one working on this in the first place. Let's see. We've got that, and also if we go over to some of the newer objects, which are swords and starblade, you might be wondering what are those, because those are things that are new. I haven't shown them on any other stream, but I did script up a couple of things. So this is the sword script. Basically what it does is it has 3 different layers, which are just tables at the moment. And what each of these layers hold, actually while I'm explaining, I'll turn off the music. What these layers hold is a layer of swords basically, so you can add as many swords as you want basically. So if I come down here, you can see it's not the best. This is kind of like makeshift solution for the time that I have. But I add 5 layers for the layer 1, 10 layers for the layer 2, 15 layers for the layer 3, and then once the swords are added, then I use the spread layer function, which basically I made it so there's different arguments that you can add, just so it's varied in what they do. But it will spread in a circle out, and then it will focus, meaning what the focus part it means is it's just gonna aim down at a location with a variance of this much, 0.5, 5, and 10 for the outer layer. And what this basically means is it's gonna make a bunch of swords, they're gonna spread out, and then they're gonna aim at they're gonna lock on basically onto a position in the ground, and then they're gonna shoot down. And so let me go ahead and show what that looks like basically. If I go ahead and log into the game, you'll see somewhere in the sky. Well, sorry, hang on. Oh, that's right. I was linking stuff up, and so I'm gonna have to replay it. So you can see like the little circle is gonna start flying around anytime soon. Boom, boom, boom. Third one, it shoots up. Little part spawns in the sky, spreads out, aims down, and then it starts shooting down, just like that. And so that's kind of what I coded up after last stream. I wasn't able to stream it just because I didn't have the time. But yeah, that's kind of what I've got so far. We've got 2 days left on the countdown for the event submissions. Submission ends on the 10th at 10 a.m., which I'm not actually sure which time zone it is, and so I might have to ask some of the officials over there. for now, we are just working on this. And so this is going to be kind of the explosion that occurs when the dragon, which I'm going to have to model up as well, hits the ground on the third hit. It's going to hit boom, boom, and then hit, explode, goes up. And I'm going to have to do an animation on the beam where it goes up, explodes, has a little kind of shine up here. And then from here, the swords are going to come out. They're going to spread out. They're going to shoot down. Each sword is going to have a little bit of a aura radiance kind of thing, or after effect sort of thing like that. And that shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, at the moment, that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and add another attachment at the bottom of the explosion. And let's go ahead and rename this one to top, and I'll call this one bottom. And on this bottom one, what we're going to be doing is, let's go ahead and move it to position bottom as well. So actually perfect, it's already at the bottom. So we're going to add a, let's see, I wonder if I want to do a static. I'm trying to go for an explosion, and so we're going to need something crazy. And we might want some magic circles as well. Actually, let me do magic circles first. Let me go ahead and call this middle. The theme is also astral though, and so I'm gonna have to go with like a something more of a, let's say, kind of like a galaxy like. So I'm gonna have to use a lot of purple, blue, less of the reds, greens, because those aren't as common in the universe. Maybe more black as well. I'm using a lot of white because I kind of like using light, but yeah, so let's just keep going. So, dang, I don't know why, but it just seems so loud. Maybe I'll go here. Test, 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 test. Yeah, let's turn it down a little bit more. But yeah, let's go back over here. Go into glowing triangle layered circle. And let's go ahead and set the speed to going up at 0.001, and I'll explain why. This is so that when we're orientating facing velocity, it's gonna face up, and you won't see that it's going up either. So if I go ahead and change the size to like 10, you'll see perfect, it's facing up. Maybe even bigger than that. Maybe I'll try 20. That looks pretty cool. And the thing is, this has no light emission at the current moment. The more light you add, the nicer it looks. Sometimes, depends. Let's go ahead and change the color to something more of like a pinkish color. Let me go ahead and copy this. And I did notice that ZV has been using new like properties, which yeah, I was testing it a little bit, but I didn't really get too far with that stuff. So I'm gonna try and go ahead and use more of the new tools that we have access to. It sounds pretty fun. So I'm gonna set up a couple animations on here as well. Let's see if we can do something nice here. That looks kind of trash. Let me actually just set that to 20 for now. Oh yeah, that looks kind of nice. Okay, let's go ahead and you can see it's kind of blinking, and that's because the lifetime is exactly the amount as the rate. So if I set lifetime to 2, it won't blink anymore. It's just gonna, well, I guess it will blink still. But that's it, no worries, because I can set the transparency to ease in, and that's gonna remove the blinking. It's just gonna kind of waver, yeah, kind of like that, which I don't know, looks alright. I'm gonna a bit of rotation as well. Negative 360, 360. So now it's gonna spawn at a random rotation, and I'm at maybe like negative 30, 30. So it's kind of rotating a little bit, and I think that looks alright. Yeah, let's see, what else can I do here? I don't think you can really do much with magic circles, so I'm gonna call this middle top. Kinda just gonna duplicate it real quick, make a second one down here, and for this one I'm gonna call it middle. Crazy name, yeah, but let's go ahead and find another magic circle, and let's actually go ahead and replace. Will that work here? Okay, I maybe have to select it. Yeah, wow, that worked really fast. That was nice. That's nice. Let me try this one too. Okay, I like that one actually. I think I've used this one before as well. Let me try this one. This one looks kind of cool. Oh yeah, no, I'm using this one actually. This one looks cool. We can layer it too actually. So let me go ahead and set size to 30. So this is the biggest one. And we're gonna go ahead and with the transparency, we're gonna, since this one's a bit smaller, we're gonna have a higher transparency, meaning it's gonna be brighter. We're also gonna have a, what is it, rate. We're gonna set the rate to 2 as well, just so that there's more of it, and that's just so it doesn't kind of flicker too much. Let me go ahead and delete that part. I don't want that. Duplicate this again, move it up a little bit. Actually, let's duplicate the original one and let's close this. So let's duplicate middle top and let's bring it down a little bit. Let's see what would look good. I think that looks alright. No. Dang. Yeah, you can tell this is not as easy as it looks. It takes a lot of work. But middle top, I don't even know why I'm calling the middle. I'm just gonna call it 2. I'm gonna call this, or no, I already have these named as numbers. I'll call it 02. I'll call this one 03, and I'll just name them by the order that they go. 01. Alright, 01, 02, 03. And I'm probably going to change the texture for this one. Let me try this one. Did I change that for multiple? I think I changed it. Oh, I have 3 selected. Whoops. Wanted this one. Let's make it bigger, and let's also have lifetime to 2. Let's just have rate of 3. Just why not, you know? And then let's go ahead and light emission. That's good. Let's actually make it bigger. Let's see, yeah, because these two are currently the same size. So let's set this one to 25. Let's set this one to actually 35. And let's set this one, top one, to smaller. So let's set this one to 15. And let's bring it even farther up. Kind of closer to the top. And then let's go ahead and make sure that they don't move away from their position. And what I mean by that is they're locked apart. Yeah, there we go. And that way when I move this around, it's going to move the whole entire part around and it won't be making new particles. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and duplicate this and have a second one right under. And this one will just kind of be the same exact thing. Yeah, and then, yeah, we're going to have add the explosion down here, which shouldn't be too hard. So we're going to add a attachment and call it explosion. And it's already at the bottom. Let me bring it up a little bit though, just so that's not the very bottom. And then we're going to add this. This looks pretty cool. What else are we going to add? Kind of a crack. 2 types of cracks. One without the middle, one for the middle. Add a little kind of... Actually, let's do flip books as well. No, maybe not that one. Okay, this one looks good, but I'm not sure if that's what I'm going for right now. Yeah, we'll try this one as well. What, did I just replace? Whoops. Did I replace these? No, I didn't. Perfect. I'm trying to import it. Insert. Okay, let's see what else. I can use that for the actual orb above. Okay, this is, yeah, we need this 100%. We're gonna need, but this is also a galaxy effect. And so I don't think we need electricity that much. Although it'd be cool. I think what we need is, yeah, more calmer effects. Just because, yeah, when it comes to like galaxies, right, you want something kind of slower. Yeah, so I think for now that should work. Let's go ahead and set the size to all these to like 20. And we can adjust from here. Let's also set the Z position to 2. So that it's overlaying everything. Set the light emission light influence, and I'm gonna adjust everything as I go as well. So it's not gonna look this bright later on, I don't think. Just for now it is. Let's see if it looks good from the bottom. I think what I can do actually, I'm gonna bring these two down. Because from the bottom, which is where you're gonna see it from, right? It doesn't look that good. And let me go ahead, adjust this one, kind of bring it up a little. Actually, you know what? Let me change the size of this one as well. We'll set this one to 10. And then you can't see it, never mind. We'll bring it down though. Yeah, that looks alright. And from here, we kind of just gotta add a cool looking explosion, because this is where the whole thing is gonna go boom, and then it's gonna go up, explosion, rays of light, kind of cool explosion, and then I'm gonna add like a little bit of like a galaxy effect up above as well. But yeah, let's see. Da 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 ding, da 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 dum. You feel me? I'm yapping, bruh. Okay, but anyways, let's keep going. So this is the circle 3. This has got to be the biggest one, so let's set it to 40. And we're gonna it's actually kind of low quality. I guess it is a, you know what, for the circle one, maybe we shouldn't use a flip book, because flip books have a maximum kind of size. Yeah, they're kind of limited by their size, so statics would probably be better for something like that. We're gonna need this actually. Okay, I don't know why I don't have this marked down. That's like a very galaxy like. Let me actually look galax. Nothing galaxy. Astral. Just a couple astral stuff. This looks alright. Wizard Arcane Torrent. Yeah, I'm good. Alright. Was that a smiley face? Huh. Yeah, a lot of these effects, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean these look like UI. I mean, I don't know. I guess you could use these like for like. Oh, I'm gonna need all of these though. That's good. This too. Moons are related. Let's look for something like a star as well. Like stars though, like maybe like little dots, you know. Little dots. That's like a black hole. I don't think that's what I'm going for though. We will need, oh, so you know what? We're gonna need wind for the impact though, so let's look for some good ones. I don't really know, because I don't really do like effects, like explosion effects, and so I don't know what wind looks good, which is unfortunate. Oh, this is gonna look good though. I know that for sure. Some of them you can just tell from like first look. There's so many to choose from too. It's like, it's basically like endless, whatever you do. What? Okay. Da-da-da-ding. This one might be too thin actually. I'm just hoping these are like 512 by 512 or something, because I need some high quality stuff, you know. And then we might want like a glare as well. This one could be useful. Yeah, I guess. Let's see. This one looks interesting. Okay, this one could be good, but it's also colored. And I'll use this one now. Actually, they kind of look similar. Oh, this one for sure. Oh, this could be for the ground. This could be for the ground. It is also already pink as well, which is kind of the palette that I kind of have to go for, because it's a galaxy effect. Oh, no, that's not star enough. Actually, let's search star. Let's see if we can find any kind of like scatter, maybe. There. What else? Dots. What would it be? I don't know. Splat? No. Yeah, I'm not really sure. We're just gonna have to find it. Yeah, a lot of these seem to be like swipes and stuff, which is fine. I am fine with that. Yeah, I guess that's alright. See, small dot. Is there any uncentered dots? Oh yeah, perfect. I'm gonna need that, That one looks centered. I think I need one centered as well. And the reason you would want something that's uncentered is so that when it rotates, it looks kind of like it's kind of flickering up and kind of rotating as well. Oh, perfect, spec. So yeah, spec. I'm gonna have to look up spec. We're gonna find a bunch of good stuff here. Let's see. And we already do have another spec as well, which is good. So worst case scenario, we can just reuse the specs right here. And so yeah, perfect. So now let's go ahead and start resizing everything to make sure everything fits. Impact, let me set this to 80 to see what it looks like. Okay, we're gonna actually put this as the ground. So to do that, again, we're gonna have to set acceleration to 0.001. This is just the way that I've done it. There's probably a way to do it, maybe like camera facing up. No. Yeah, I just do it for velocity perpendicular, and that works, right? So, and if we're gonna be doing the ground one, we're gonna have to do a new attachment called ground. And we can go ahead and throw this into attachment ground. And we're gonna probably have to bring it up a little. That looks pretty good. It's kind of flickering. I can't tell if that's because... I think it's just because of the rate and the lifetime. And let me try and set up a property system for that one. So let's yeah, that's not, yeah, as you can see, I'm not really too sure how to use it yet. We'll learn though, we'll learn. Let's go ahead and set the property of this one to like lifetime 2, 3. Oh, that, no. Don't want that. You know what, this is gonna be a impact though. So for now, let's set it to this. Rotation, no, we don't want rotation on this thing. Size, let's set it to actually like 75. That's even too big. Yeah, let's set it to 45. Okay, impact. I'm not actually sure what this one is, so I'm gonna set it to 50 so I can see it. Okay, so it's the kind of circle one. This is the one that's gonna increase in size, and so what we're gonna do with this one is we're gonna set it right here, and we're kind of like gonna tween it up, and at the very end it's gonna flash down. What does that look like? Can't really tell because this one's probably, what is that value? 8. Yeah, we're gonna need that to be like 20. Yeah, how do I... The problem with this is that I can't see above 10. It kind of maxes out at 10, which is so unfortunate. But that's alright because... let's go ahead and close this real quick. We got a different plugin. Where is it? VFX suite. Nice. I mean... I thought... Hello? There we go. Okay. So... let's go ahead and... select this one. Was it this one? No, I think it's this one. I kind of forgot. I think it's this one actually, yeah. So, okay, let's go ahead and go to... I wonder actually, does Eevee have it? No, they don't. Okay, that's alright. Preview, rename. Yeah, alright, that's alright though. We can just use this. Points, min, max. Let's set the max to 20. What am I setting? Size. Let's set the color actually to like red. Or actually, let's set it to green for now so we can actually see it. Let's also set light emission. Okay, so you can kind of see it now. It's working. It's not exactly working how I want it to though. Oh yeah, oh. Guess I gotta click on it, that's why. Which is alright. Let me actually set it to 35. 36 I guess, it didn't really matter. Is there a way to set a point right here? Maybe not. Maybe you want to tweak it to be slower at the end. Let me try that. Oh, wait, it's because I'm not clicking on it. I wonder if that looks better. Maybe not too much. Yeah, let's kind of have it more of a like a... This one's here, this one's here. It's kind of like more of a S shape. Let's try that. So like boom. Yeah, I think that looks alright. You know what though? We can copy this on ZV. So let's go to properties. Add a property. Size. Can we select multiple here? No, so we can only save size presets or like one preset at a time, which I don't know if that makes too much sense, but I guess that's alright. Impact. Let's call it, yeah. 35 size 35, and let's just call it impact S curve. Yeah, that should work. Impact S curve. Now we can just throw that on anything now. Yeah, perfect. Let's try on this one too. Haha. Yeah, I think that's gonna look good. Maybe not for the smoke. Not for the smoke in this one, whatever they are. Let's actually go ahead and... I don't like how they are not kinda connected together, so let's actually go ahead and... Are these the right ones? Okay, so this is, let's call it impact. Let's call this one impact as well, and let's call this one, what even is this one actually? Let's make the size like 50. What is this? Why is it so pixelated? I do not want that, bro. Okay, I must have accidentally added that thing. Let's set this one to 40. Boom. And yeah, we're gonna still need like more explosions, and we're also gonna add a kind of like a modifier where kind of like the ground is gonna come up as well, which we're gonna do that with a hopefully a external plugin. But if worst case scenario, we can just make our own, which shouldn't be too hard as well. But for now, let's go ahead, set the what is it, emission rate to 0, and from now on we're just gonna use this to emit 2. Boom. Yeah, looks alright. Delay, let's set delay to 0.2. That way we can kind of just tell what it looks like. Yeah, that's too long of a delay. Let's set the delay to 0.5. Duration, I'm not even sure what duration means. We'll just leave that. I do think that they kind of got a transparency off though. If we can't do the Yeah, if we can't do the fading on the size because we have to do the custom here, we can do it on the transparency to make up for it. Or not. Why? Yo. Is it too fast? Yeah, there we go. That is also pretty fast too, though. Let's actually lifetime to 2. And actually, I don't know why I even still have that thing as color green. So let's go ahead and set everything to white color. White. Just for testing for now. Boom. I mean, that looks alright, and we're gonna also add the dust, of course, as well. So it's gonna look even better as well. So this is not the final product. No, sorry. Let's adjust the transparency on this one. So it's kind of fading in. And that's just gonna, yeah, make it so it doesn't destroy my eyeballs. I guess we could also kind of tween this. I can't even see it though. Let's turn that off actually. Let's see what this just looks like by itself. The smoke. Is it enabled? Hello? Okay, does this turn this off for everything? I don't know if I like that. Or is it just the size is just tiny? Let me set it back to 30. It's just tiny. Dang it. So we're gonna have to use this again then. But we're not gonna do a curve on it. I wonder if we're gonna try and go for this type of curve, actually. No, this, oh my gosh, bro. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do this in transparency, fade around. Actually, let's save this transparency kind of preset because I keep using it a lot. Okay, close and then save this as let's call it fade in out. U curve, and let's call it for transparency, and boom. And let's also set the lifetime to 2 so that it's slower, and let's set rate to 1. Let's also make sure everything is locked apart. We don't want things moving around. And let's now try the impact. Boom. So it's gonna kind of explode, and this whole entire thing is gonna kind of rise up. Let's see how this looks in game. Whoops. So it's kind of look like this. And you know what? You can't really tell that they're actually kind of aiming in a different position. So let's actually go back to the sword script. Focus. Let's set this one to 2. Let's set this one to 15. Let's set this one to 30. And so now they're gonna have a lot more kind of change in direction. Let's see how that looks now. Boom. Okay. So now it's gonna spawn the swords. Now they're gonna aim like completely different areas now. Well, maybe not. Let me actually increase it even more, I think. 5, 20, and then for the last one, let's set it to 50. This is gonna be like insane. Now let's just wait for the thing to spawn, and it's gonna fly over here, over here, over here. It's gonna spawn it. It's gonna aim completely in random directions now. Yeah, okay. So now, I think that looks alright. You know what, just for fun, let's go ahead and spawn a ton of swords. So, first layer, we're gonna have 10, second layer, 20, third layer, 30. It's gonna be insane. And then, since there's so many more, we're gonna also have to have the distance way increased. So, for the first one, it's gonna be 40, 65, and for the last one, let's try 90. This is gonna be insane though. It might lag a little bit as well because this is gonna be a ton of tweens and everything. Okay, let's see. Holy crap. I think that actually kind of fun. Oh, let me try again zoomed out. Let's see how it looks from the out zoomed. And we're also gonna, you know what? I think that looks kind of nice. We might have to use that. Just because this particle itself is actually pretty big as well. Holy shamole. Yeah, bruh. Okay, why didn't these move? Let me open up, I might have to do a bit of bug testing. That's unfortunate. Okay. So these are still playing their hover tweens as well. Okay. Okay, I think I know the problem. I think it's because the hover tweens are still playing. Which they should have stopped. Tween.pause. Yeah. Am I setting layer.tween everywhere? Layer.hoverTween equals hoverTween, yeah. Tween create play. And this is after. Yeah, so this is like just for the what is it? It doesn't really matter. So basically it spreads out and then it starts hovering is how it works. Which is why I'm wondering why the hover wasn't stopping by itself. It should have with the focus layer. All the parts inside should have stopped. And so it should have paused here. Let me... How to stop a tweet. Cancel. Let's actually do cancel. Let's see if that changes anything. That probably might not. But if it does, that's going to be a helpful change. So let's go ahead and get the dragon over here. And hopefully they'll go down now. So yeah, these ones did not tween. Which, oh, you know what? I know why. Okay, that makes sense. I think it's because of the differing. We need more time to aim. Because I just suddenly start firing. And then it starts overriding all of this code. And that's just because I've been doing everything so lazily. And so if we set this to like 2.5, just because there's so many more parts now, this will fix it basically, is what I'm trying to say. And so I think tween.cancel should work better anyways, just because I don't know why I was pausing. But this is gonna fix it though for sure. There we go, yeah. And this is the original part, so this is supposed to be up here still. Nice. I think that looks really good. What else do we have to do here? Yeah, we still have to add more galaxy kind of themes. Right now it's still like a giant explosion, which, as fun as it is, this is not galaxy. This is not galaxy, bruh. Or astral, bro. It's alright though. Bing bing, ba-ding, ding ding. Yeah, let's use... This one looks good. Was it this one? I think it's this one. Let's go ahead and go to product properties. fade out U curve for transparency. And now let's set the size to 50. Set the Z position. Actually, are these all Z? Z offset too? And then let's set the rotation as well. So it's gonna be negative 360, 360. Which I guess I could do like 0, 360, but whatever. That's too big, yeah. And we're also not gonna have these impacts the whole time as well, so especially once they're gone, these kind of wisps are gonna be very apparent, especially when they're that big. So let's set it to even 30 might look good. That looks good, yeah. And so let's go ahead and add those astral, where were they? These. And when they have a black background, but that's alright because when you set the, actually, oh, that's right, we gotta set this to light influence 1. Yeah, okay, when we do that, we're gonna have to do a bit of, maybe let's try squashing because I don't want to mess with the size a little. Just a little bit. Enough to notice, maybe. That was not enough to notice, dang. Yes, sir, ski, bruh. Yes, sir, ski. Let's put another point in here. Okay, that looks trash. No, we are not doing that middle one. Boom. I think their lifetimes aren't long enough. Let's go ahead and set lifetime to 2. And I think they fade in too fast as well. So we're gonna have to ease it a lot more. And how we're gonna do that, let's go ahead and actually delete this. Delete one of these. And this is gonna be a lot more of a kind of a fade in. Yeah, it works. It works. We can adjust it later on as well. We just gotta keep moving, keep moving. We're running out of time. Okay, boom, import. And with these ones, we're gonna not want to make them big. Let's also set their spawn positions. How do we do that? Can we do that? You know what, maybe? Was it this other 91? Let's delete that from here. I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to make a part. Set the size of it. Maybe to like this area, yeah. And let's increase the size over here. What we're gonna do with this is we're gonna set it as the kind of area that the little glitter things can spawn in. So let's go ahead and call this glitter spawn box. And then let's just import all of these, and we're gonna affect all these at the same time. Just so that makes things pretty simple. I thought I imported 5. No, 4, perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and set the glitter spawn box transparency to 1. Set can collide to false, can touch, can query false, anchored true. Actually, let's set anchored to false and weld it maybe. Yeah, let's set anchored to false and let's weld it actually. Let's weld it to explosion. Okay, we do not have the weld plugin on right now. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Constraints editor. Nice, add a weld. Perfect. And now with these, you can see they're very small right now. So we're gonna have to change the size to like 3. Maybe even more than that. Let's try like... No, you know what? For these ones we can do a tween. So we'll start at 0, boom, boom, and then boom. They'll kind of fade off. Yeah, and I think that's gonna look good. So let's also set rotation speeds. So rotation is gonna be negative 360, 360 of course. Rotation speed, let's set that to negative 70 to 70. Yeah, that's gonna look good, I think. And transparency as well. And for transparency, let's go ahead and just use the property. Nice. Okay, this is looking good so far. Let's set this to 1 so that they don't have the background. 1. There we go. You know what? Let's actually set the speed as well. Spread angle to 360. And let's also set speed to 2. That they're also moving around. Actually, let's try 10. Negative 10, 10. And rate, let's set rate to 2, lifetime to 0.5. No, let's set it to 3. When there's too many like that, I think we gotta set the size a bit smaller. So let's just bring everything down a little. Whoops. There we go. Like that, boom. Okay, let's bring this thing over here. It looks alright. Let's also let's try duplicating this glitter spawn box and bring it up here as well. I wonder if it's just better to have it up here actually. I don't think it fits to be down here. Yeah, let's delete it from there and put it up here actually. And is it already welded? Let's double check. No, it's not. Okay, let's weld that real quick. New weld, perfect. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. And this, of course, the impact is gonna come out. This kind of beam is gonna appear. Let's actually try and script the impact itself. I think that's what we're gonna do now. And that's probably gonna be the harder part. So let's add a script. Let's call it, what is this part called? Explosion. So let's call it explosion script. Let's see. So we're gonna have to, first off, I don't think we actually want tweening service. For now, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get the setup variables. And let's start with let's actually number all these. It's gonna be easier for when we're trying to get all the children. No, actually that's not a good idea. I have an idea. So let's call local beams equals table, and we're gonna functions. Let's do a local function get beams or connect beams. And what this function is going to do is it's going to basically pull all the beams and the middles. Let's just call them beam middle. I don't think it makes too much sense for it just to be called middle. So let's go ahead and paste those all in. Okay, and now let's go to connect beams. Let's do, let's take the table of beams, beams dot table. Actually, we're gonna have to do a couple more setup variables. Local explosion equals script.parent beam. Now we can do explosion get children, and this is going to be all the parts basically. So for I part part in this do let's see the script. You know, that's not what we're trying to do. Beam dot get, what am I saying? Okay, if, well, let's do guard clause. Actually, that's what we're gonna do. If part dot name, what we're gonna do is string dot confined, and then we're gonna look for beam. If not, if it doesn't contain the word beam inside of the name, then continue, and that's just a guard clause, and from here on out we can be sure that it's going to be a beam. And so now let's just go ahead and table.insert beams part, or in this case beam, which we're going to have to rename all these. Perfect. And so for execution, let's go ahead and connect beams, and let's connect it to beams. Nice. And let's go to the next function. What are we going to do here? So we've got all the beams in a table now. Let's get tween service actually, yeah. Nice, now we got tween service. Now let's go ahead and local open beams. You know what, I don't even know why I'm doing this, because we already have it right here. So we don't really need to set up variables like that. Local function open beams. I think that's actually what we're going for. So yeah, let's paste that in. Open beams. Let's remove that arg right there. And let's set up a timer. Task.wait 3. And task.wait 2. Let's just see how that looks. Not exactly what I was going for, but that did look cool. I actually really like that, so we're gonna have to use that for something for sure. That was actually kind of cool. But the problem that we're facing is that I didn't think this through, and so we're probably gonna have to move all these down to here, which is gonna be weird because the beam's gonna be going underground. But I'm not trying to move. Actually, no, I could. So what I can do here is I can tween both the size and the position. So it's gonna start here and it's gonna tween up as well, and that way it's not kind of like underground, which doesn't really make much sense, because I'm not just trying to use this as the kind of visuals. I'm gonna use this like in the game as well. This is not just a VFX to be a VFX, so I kind of have to think about these things. Otherwise, I'm kind of screwed. So we're not just gonna have to tween this, and also this is not the width that I'm going for anyways. Let's actually see the width that it is currently. It is 100, so let's actually set the goals to 100. And let's also set, no, we're not gonna be tweening. Oh, I will be right back. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so I just realized that these attachments we're probably gonna have to actually you know what, since they all start with the numbers like this, I think it should be fine actually. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is for I attachment in explosion get children do. Actually, you know what? Let's actually do a attachments. And let's call this beam attachments actually. Local function connect attachments. And then let's do table and then name string pattern. This is gonna be a string. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna basically, oh wow, the AI literally steal. Wow, okay, that's exactly how I would have done it. Perfect. So yeah, there we go. And in this case, we actually can just say connect children. We actually don't need this beam connect system, and we can just do connect children. And let's call this beams. Let's call beam. So we're looking for beam for this one. Now we're gonna look for beam attachments, and for this one, let's actually rename these to beam attachment. Attach. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, this is kind of a stupid way of doing it, but it works. And now let's see. We've got all the beam attachments now. So now when we open the beam, we can start tweening those as well. So what we're gonna do is actually, let's go ahead and set the widths of these to not 100. Let's set them to like 1 for now. And actually, let's go ahead and copy this tween info because we're gonna have everything identical. And we're gonna set the, actually with attachments, how do you C-frame? We're gonna have to access the C-frame. So we're gonna bring the C-frames up by 50. And actually, let's go ahead and minus 50 from these at the current moment, because we're gonna bring them up. So goal is gonna be, first off, cframe.new, so local position cframe equals frame.new vector 3. Actually no, let's do, what is it, explosion.position minus plus vector 3.new 050 0, and we're just gonna tween to that basically. So C frame equals this. Now that we got the goal, let's local tween beam info. And we're not gonna use beam, we're gonna use attachment. And we're also gonna have to tween play. Actually no, this will work. Hopefully, let's see. Come on, please work. Did not seem to work. This seems to work though. Man, bruh. Alright, that's alright though. That's alright though. Let's actually check the, because I know we got an error. Yeah, attempted to call null value. Table button. Oh, well, yeah, we probably should not call this table. Table. What should we call this variable? R. Let's just call it R. Yeah, and that should fix it. I don't know why I called it table. Please. Oh. Create has no property name with 04. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, because these also have the name beam inside them. So yeah, we're gonna have to... Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, let's go to name. Let's go ahead and call these all attachment. And, I mean, this should work. Come on. Yes, Sirski. Create no property name scene frame for beam wave. What I'm trying to figure out is why beam wave is part of the attachments. Attachments should only be... Interesting. Okay, let's see. Let's actually move this script to the first as well. Create no property, and this is right here. Yeah, so it's for the attachments. Why is the attachment getting a C-frame? No property named C-frame for object beam wave. Beam wave is, let's see, this. This is not a attachment. How did it get into there? Let's actually go ahead and print beams. Let's go ahead and print beam attachments as well. Just because I'm trying to figure out... Oh, why am I doing this, bruh? This should be attachments. Yeah, okay, that's gonna fix it. I don't have to do these prints anymore. Let's see how it looks now. Why? Yo. Okay, so I'm wondering what this is first of all. Did I mess something up on accident? Why is this up here? And which one is still down here? What is this? Why is this down here? In fact, why are not all these down here actually? Are these all in different positions? Man, I'm very confused right now. Oh yeah, these, why is this going down? Okay. These should all have the same positions. Okay, let's select this one, bring it. This is gonna be a lot of work. Okay, now let's move these ones up, whichever ones are kind of messed up. Oh, it's just that one. Okay. So yeah, let's bring this one up in that case. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. Does that look about even? Yeah, looks even. And so now let's go ahead and bring all this down. Was that even? Let's see. Yeah, perfect. Let's bring all this down here. Oh, when I was saying the positions, I must have only done it just for one. That'll do it. Okay. Let's see how this looks. Let's see. Okay, it's still doing this weird thing where it kind of just like does its own thing. But I do like this. I think this looks good. Holy shamoli. I don't think I made that. That thing looks nice. Bro, this is working. And you know what, since I'm gonna go for a tree, I'm also gonna, like at the very top, I'm gonna have like leaves that kind of go out as well. It's gonna be like a tree of life, like tree of a astral galaxy, something weird. Kind of like a, what is it called? Attack on Titan. Okay, but for now, we're gonna have to figure out why this thing is clapped. Let's go ahead and run it, and let's see where these are going in server mode. Okay, so they fly over here. Who knows why they do that? We will figure out now. Okay, let's select this. Select mode. Let's check the attachments. Where are they? They are over here. Why are they over here? Now, are they all in the same position? They are in the same position. That'll do it, yeah. Okay, I was setting XY to 50. I am so stupid. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. So basically, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. This is the position of the explosion. I'm supposed to get the position of the beam attachment itself already, because these already have a position. And we're just moving it up. So let's go ahead and do attachment up position. And that should fix it, yeah. Come on, please. Yes. Oh my gosh. It was beautiful. Let's try it on server. Let's see how this looks. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. You know what would be even more beautiful though? If we animated the giant circle to explode when it spawns. Because right now it kind of just like floats into existence like little wah wah wah. You feel me? But if we had this explosion, kind of like the holy crap, I got an ant on my arm, bruh. Where is it? This one I think. These two. If we had this thing up there, I think we can kind of we'll figure it out as we go. For now, let's leave the explosions down here, and this will just kind of like light itself into existence, kind of thing. And so yeah, for now, we're gonna have to set emission to 0 for all these. Emission locked apart, yes. Emissions, where is it? Emissions rate 0. We're gonna set emissions to 0 for everything actually. Rate 0. Rate 0. Rate 0. And let's set rate to 0 for all these as well. And then for the where is it? Glitter spawn box, there it is. Let's set emissions to 0 as well. Rate 0, I mean. There we go. So it looks like nothing's here. What the? Must have forgotten this one. No, not that one, not that one. Where is it? Bro, oh, it's this one. Okay, 0. So yeah, it looks like nothing. Let's try it now. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, so kind of just like boom. That's good. And now we're gonna have to and with this actually, one of the good things is that it's all fully adjustable now. And so basically what I mean by that is I can make it even bigger by any size I want, which is good, very good. With the size at least. Here we go. And actually, you know what? I think it'd be cool if it starts thin and it kind of widens out as it goes, and then the circles appear. Open beams, so local wide beams. To widen beams to set size. Or we're gonna have an argument of size or width actually. Number. And we're gonna have another function, and this is going to be for show particle emitter, and we're also going to have to set rate number to set particle rate to, actually, you know what, this is a simple one. All you gotta do is particle dot emissions or rate equals rate. Nice. Function let's see, impact particle, explode particle, what would I call it? What did they call it actually? Let's open up the plugin. Emit particle. Let's do emit particle. Nice. Particle emitter. And that's a great number. And I think we can do particle emit. Yeah. Let's do it to rate. And this is just gonna explode. This is for impacts, basically, for the explosions. So we have the show, which is gonna show forever, emit for when it's gonna explode, and we're also gonna need a local function hide particle emitter, and actually that's it. So we're just gonna set particle.rate to 0. And yeah, I mean, that looks good to me. I must be missing something though. We'll get to it when we get to it, and we'll do this later. This is just for fun. So yeah, let's go ahead and start showing particles as it goes. So open beams, widen beams to 20, and let's not do test.weight just because that's going to be for the widen beams. Actually, we are going to have to do a bit of test.weight right here, 0.5, and let's actually put that above here. And then let's go ahead and do we're going to actually do local show particles. I wonder if we should do it one by one, or should we do it per table? But I don't think there's enough per, so I'm gonna have to do it one by one, which is gonna make this script a bit messy, because we're gonna have to do a bunch of arguments here, but that's alright, I think. So let's go ahead and do local. Let's start with these names do not help. I'm looking at these names. I can't tell what they are from the names, which is alright, I guess. Yeah, other 9190. You know what? These are the ones I remember though. Glitter. Just because, yeah. Yeah, let's start with the circles. We know that we're going 1, 2, 3. We're gonna start from 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna go to the top, and then we're actually gonna start with the ground. So let's do ground impact 1. Particle emitter. And let's actually tab things over, because it might get a bit messy, so it'd be nice to explosion.ground.impact 291. And let's actually go ahead and start copying things over. So next one is going to be this. Next one is going to be this, which has 4 as well. 2, 3, 4. Next one is going to have just 1. Next one is going to have just 1. Next one is going to have just 1. Next one is going to have 4, and that's for the glitter. Okay, so let's start naming things. Okay, so we got the ground impact, we got the explosion. explosion. What are we gonna call this one? Explosion impact. Yeah. Or explosion emit. Let's call that from. We're gonna have to rename these. So impact 1, impact 2, explosion emit 1, explosion emit 2, and we're gonna call this one impact 1. Okay, impact 2. White energy blank smoke. What an interesting name. Let's call this one smoke. And let's call this one fine smoke. Smoke. I gotta stop doing that. Okay, let's call this, yeah, explosion smoke 1, smoke 2. Now we're on top, so this is actually gonna be the last one we affect. So let's actually put these down here, and now we're gonna just go one by one. So 0, 1, 0, 1. Oh crap. 0, 1, and then the next one would be 0. No, but actually we start from 3 because 3 is the bottom, then 2, then 1. So in 3 it is dual triangle circle. Let's just call it circle. Actually, all these are gonna be called circle. They're all the same, bruh. Basically. That way it makes it simple because all I gotta do is remove this part right here from all of them. Add dot circle. Oops. There we go. And we can call it circle 1. Circle 2, circle 3. Nice, and let's tab everything over. Okay, and now we can go ahead and work on whatever this would be. This is, no, let's actually do the kind of the top, yeah, dust expansion vague. Energy, dust, shockwave, ripple. Okay, so let's start with dust, energy, shockwave, ripple. And let's call this guy. What are we gonna call this variable? Sauce 1. It doesn't really matter. I can always go back and change everything as well. 3, 2, 1. And let's call these ones. Let's just keep going with it. Why not? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For these ones, we're gonna call them glitter 1, glitter 2, glitter 3, and glitter 4. Nice. Glitter 1. And actually, let's just copy this and 2, 3, 4. And then of course we are gonna get this. So let's go ahead and paste that in here as well. And for this one, we're gonna take the top. So it's gonna be top. And these are actually not part of the ground attachment, I don't think. They're from explosion, yeah, so I'm gonna have to copy that. And actually, let's go ahead and bring these together, just because they're kind of related, and these are kind of related as well. And this looks pretty organized. Since these are part of a different collection, I'll tie these over. This is also part of a different collection. Okay. Nice, that is looking pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna just have to start using these and start custom setting their arguments. And we're gonna start with the explosion. No. We're gonna start with ground impact and the emits. So ground impact dot is show particle ground impact, and let's set it to 2 for now. And the impacts as well. So we're gonna get explosion emit 1 and 2, and we're gonna go ahead and do emit particle. And we're gonna do this one, we're gonna do it twice. For the other one, we're also gonna do it twice. If it doesn't look good, we'll set it to 1. Okay, now that we got those out of the way, let's do a little bit of a timer task dot wait 0.2. And we're actually going to set this to 1. And we're going to have to, of course, set the timings as well, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. We're now on explosion smoke. Oh, did I forget to do those? Show particle, explosion smoke. Let's set it to 2 as well. Let's just default everything to 2 for now. Is that right? Yeah, perfect. Now we're gonna do the circles. Yeah, we're gonna show particle 2. We're gonna put task.waits right in between each of these. And now that we got all the circles selected, let's start doing the sauce. First, we're gonna have to rename these to the correct circles. Now let's do show particle. And for the last one, actually, let's do a 0.8 timer sauce. And let's go ahead and set rate to 2. Yeah, let's just set rate to 2 for everything. So we're gonna have to copy all the sauces over. That looks like about right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that should work. Okay, perfect. Let's test this. Okay, everything is way off, but it did work though, so that's good. Yeah, so let's just adjust the timing. So first thing I noticed was this was way too long. We're gonna have to set this to like 0.5. And I don't think we need to wait for the circles. What we do need to wait for is these, maybe test 0.2, just a little bit. And actually, while we're at it, let's not have this whole 3-second wait time. That was too long. Okay, holy crap, everything is still off by a lot. Okay, it's because of this. I think I gotta set this to like 0.5. No, everything is way off still. Holy shimoly. Do we even need to wait for this one actually? I don't think we do. No, we don't need to wait for this either. Oh no, we need to wait for this one. This one though, we don't need to wait for. Yeah, I didn't even change that, so I wonder, look kind of weird. No, yeah, I guess we gotta wait a little bit longer for this one. Just because we don't need this though. Okay. Okay, we need a little bit more time to wait. 3. For this one, we can wait 3. Yeah, that's still very off, yeah. So... open beams, is there any time waits on this? No, it just plays the tweens. So what I'm wondering is why is the impacts so slow? Let's look at it again. Let's actually do a print as well to see when it's impacting. Print doing the particles. Okay, and now... oh, okay, the particles are just really slow. Okay, that's why. So the particles should be going out right as soon as the other dude is as well. And so let's go ahead, head over here. I think we had an S shape for it earlier, like this. Let's do less of an S and more of like this. And I think it was size. Boom. Okay, let's see how this looks. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that looks a lot better. Okay, let's zoom out and see this whole thing. Yeah, the circle takes way too long to spawn in as well. So let's do a 0.2 weight on the circle. Yeah, and everything else takes way too long as well. So let's set a 0.1 weight on everything. Yeah, the circle should maybe actually appear earlier than everything. So let's actually do this instead. Do a test out weight 0.2. Test out weight 0.1 here. Yeah, the circle still takes way too long. And so I think that's more of a problem with... let me try printing. Let's see this. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's just the particle itself just takes too long to load. But we can fix that with an impact. So if we throw in some impacts at the top as well, kind of like... where is it? Top. There we go. Let's just throw these into here. Copy, paste, impact 1, impact 2. And then let's go ahead. Local sauce impact 1 or sauce emit 1. Purple emitter equals and this is gonna be explosion dot top dot impact 1, and then we can go ahead and copy this, paste it, get impact 2. We're just gonna emit both of these right as the... whoa, there we go. We're gonna emit both of these. Emit particle twice. Now let's go home, boom, boom. Let's do it for the second one as well. We don't need this print anymore. And that should fix our problem. Let's go ahead and change the textures though, because it looks weird when they're both the same. And what we could actually go for, we might be able to go for a star. Let's go ahead and activate just these. Rate, where's rate at? 2. Actually no, let's set rate to 0 and use the emitter. And let's set delay to 2. Maybe even 3, 4. No. 3 works. No, 3.5. Yeah, perfect. Okay, now so let's go to this one. Let's go pull up Zenito again. And we're gonna do maybe a static. Do we not have light enabled on these? I thought I did. Why is it 0.5? Is it 0.5 for both of them? No. Where's the other one? I think it was this one. Yeah, this should be 1. I don't know why. Right. And then let's go ahead, go back up to top. Which ones were they? Crap. Was it these two? I think it's these two. Okay. But I'm wondering how did that even run, because these are not named correct. Oh, it's because it renamed it. Impact 1. No wonder I was having trouble finding them. Okay, Impact 1, Impact 2. What the? And I think for this one, is this the one? Let's maybe, yeah, let's keep using a flip book. Yo. Okay, we're gonna have to do some rotation stuff too, though. Let's actually set up a property for random rotation. Random rotation. And let's go ahead, go into here. Rotation negative 360 to 360. Save that as random rotation. $50 to $50. $50 to $50. And then in the size, maybe for this top one, we should set the size to like 25. For both. Act 2. I'm gonna set delay to 5. I wonder why they're not fading that fast. There we go. And for this one, I think you should have a faster curve because it's the diamond. So we're gonna bring the curve up more. Kind of just max out the curve, I think. Why is everything not fading? Do they have rate? No, they have rate of 0, so it is. I don't know, this plugin seems to be glitching out a bit. Why is it setting it to 5? Okay, I'm not sure why, but it's like going more than 5 per, so oh. Yeah, this plugin is bugging out. Yo. Alright, whatever. Let's see how that looks though. Okay, so for now, let's go ahead and turn off emissions. I don't even think they have emissions on, are they? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, that thing has to be way bigger. At least the diamond. Let's set the max to 50. Okay, I can't see it now, bruh. That did not look like 50. Oh, I think I changed the wrong one. I think this is supposed to be the 50 one. Okay. I think that looked good. Guys. Things are looking very good. I really like that. I really like that. Not to mention, we still have the whole dragon thing too. This isn't even like the main part. The dragon is the main part. Guys. I'm gonna say it now. This is looking alright. Looking alright. You feel me? That's like freaking 1 a.m. bed. Light pack. Yeah, I was just doing tests over here. Trying to figure out how things work. I'm gonna use something like this for the dragon where it kind of pops out of like that. So yeah, now that we've got the explosion script, what we can actually do now, we can spawn the sword script. What I had it doing right now was the arc script, but now that we have the explosion finished, let's go ahead and throw this into server storage. And let's actually delete this. Oh, I forgot to do this. All I did is a to-do. So I'm gonna go back and fix everything up that's not finished later on. And I'll do it here. Okay, and how long have I been streaming? 2 hours. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see, let's go ahead and rerun it. Oh, whoops, I forgot to connect it to the dragon script. So I'm gonna have to go back into the arc. And when it destroys itself, instead of doing the swords, we're gonna do the explosion. So we're gonna have to go ahead and get local explosion art equals, and then we're gonna get the ss.explosion. And now that we got explosion, instead of spawning the swords, we're gonna spawn the explosion. We're gonna set the parent and set the position. Wait, what? Local explosion equals. We're actually not gonna want to do this. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, so we have the little part that's gonna follow our mouse. And now once it hits the third one, it's gonna do an explosion. Bruh, okay. Well, I forgot to weld it. That's a problem. So that was the explosion. Weld. Okay, there we go. Or anchor, I mean. My bad. Now let's rerun it. Now it's gonna explode on the third one. It's very laggy on my computer. And these are also in the wrong position. Okay, that's alright though. We can fix that. So with the explosion, where is it? Glitter box. Instead of having it welded, let's actually lock welded as well. It does lag my PC when I run it though, which is unfortunate, but that's alright. So yeah, let's rerun it one more time. Now all the particle effects and everything should work. So it explodes up, kind of explosion. This is still off. I'm wondering why that's happening. That is not supposed to happen. That's unfortunate. Where is that? Dang, I'm not sure why that's happening. That should not be happening. Let me pull it out of server storage to see what's going on. So, is it centered? I believe it's centered, yeah. Let's see how it looks without. Okay. Yeah, it should look like this. I'm not sure why it's not moving. Maybe it's because let's set the glitter spawn box position when we're setting the sauce. And then let's just set it to y underscore y change. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna just change the y glitter box y position. So let's pull glitter box real quick. And actually, do we even have a impact called impact 291? Do we rename that yet? Do we rename this? A lot of this doesn't seem to be renamed. Sauce 1. Circle. We have a second 001. I forgot about this one actually. Circle. 011, I guess. Okay, there we go. We're gonna have to remember to do that, and I'll do that actually right here. I think it's the top one, so it would be this one. Circle 4. Nice, and then let's go ahead and go into where? Forgot what I was gonna do. Ground impact. Yes, rename this. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the glitter. Local glitter box vert equals. Yeah, oh, we already knew. Perfect. And let's just go ahead and oh, whoops. That was the wrong function. Art dot position equals and let's set it to explosion dot position plus 1 vector 3 dot new 0 y change 0. And right here, where is it? We're gonna do it here actually. We're gonna set the set part position of glitter box to 100 above. Let's see how that looks. Explosion is not a valid member of server storage. Oh, that's because, yeah, we pulled it out. So let's throw that back in. And let's see how that looks. Come on. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Explosion. Yeah, nice. 100 looks about right. Yeah. Is it centered as well? Looks about centered. Nice. Okay. So I guess that looks alright. That looks pretty good. We're just gonna have to recolor a lot of this. And the circles as well. Have different variety of colors. Maybe even put some rotations and stuff. Not rotations, I mean tweens. Yeah, for now this looks alright. I'm wondering what else this needs. Oh, the swords, that's right. So we're gonna connect this to the sword script as well. So we're gonna actually pull local ss server storage equals beam get service server storage, and at the very bottom ss dot swords dot clone equals swords equals this swords dot parent equals workspace swords dot position equals, what do we do here? Dragon head dot position. So yeah, parent dot position, which would be explosion dot position plus vector 3 dot new. Actually, does this automatically go up? I don't remember if it does. I don't think it does. So I'm gonna have to add a vector 3 dot new 0. Let's actually do it from 100 0. This will actually look good, I think. Do we have to anchor anything? No, all we have to do is destroy, but actually we're not gonna destroy it though. We're just gonna destroy the dragon head itself. Okay, this is gonna work, I think. Let's see how this looks. So this is all of the stuff connected, combined. This is kind of how it's gonna look. It's gonna explode, and then I think it looks good, but we need more time. We need more of a timer. So let's go back to explosion. Let's do instead of a 0.1 for the last one, let's do a 1.3. And we can adjust it as well. Okay, let's see how that looks. Boom, boom, boom. Explosion, boom. Let's actually... Yeah. Perfect. And we're gonna have to add a mini explosion particle that we can add to these parts when they impact and when they kind of fly over, just so that they don't look kind of goofy. We're also gonna have to model up like kind of like a sword, not a sword, but a star in Blender. Actually, I'll probably do that right now along with the dragon head. But before I do that, we're gonna have to do the entrance. Which one do I want to work on first? Let's pull out the what is it? Fractured notes effects. So yeah, this was the idea. So we've got this done actually. Showered swords towards the ground, yeah. Animation in Blender potentially. We're not actually gonna have to do this because we did it already in Studio. But what we are gonna have to do is to do model star sword, model dragon head, model, what else do we have to model? I think that's about it, because the portal itself is going to be a VFX. I want to do a lot more VFX, not just like 3D models, so let's just keep it simple, just do 3D models, nothing else, nothing simple, or nothing too much, right? Yeah, okay, Star Dragon comes from Crack in Dimension, Roblox Studio for the rest. Yeah, I think that was like something about Blender. Star Dragon comes. Okay, nice. So we got the plan. Let's go ahead and just start with the Star Sword, yeah. So let's pull up Blender. And let's just hope I didn't like dox myself or anything, because I'm not trying to get doxed. But like in the end, it doesn't really matter. Nobody is trying to figure out where I live. There's not much to my life. Let's just put it that way. let's see, general, let's delete everything. This is kind of how I do it generally. So I kind of go import collections, this append, and now I got like this thing for scale. And now let's go ahead and move it on the z-axis. Let's go into edit mode. Move it up a little bit more. What we're gonna do actually, here, we're gonna extrude on the Z, go into skeleton view, merge these at center, and let's actually rotate this 90 degrees. And let's make it smaller. We're actually gonna have to make these thinner actually. I think that looks better. Delete vertices, yeah. Let's just go ahead and connect everything real quick. Let's see actually. Well, if we're gonna go for a star, we're actually gonna delete the center. No, this is weird. Okay, let's delete this actually. And we're gonna actually have to subdivide all of this. Yeah. Let me think this through for a second. Because what I'm trying to go for is kind of like this shape, right? And if I'm gonna go for that, well, actually, first of all, let's put a mirror modifier. Put on the. It might actually look cool if it's not just this, but also on the Z. Or, yeah, like this. Okay, so let's delete this. Let's make sure everything is clipping correctly. Let's throw this down here. And actually, let's go ahead and mirror on the z-axis as well. Let's bring everything down. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Let's go ahead and take this one only, bring it out here, merge them on the z-axis as well, I mean. Let's bring this one. I'm wondering why this has a double. It should also be subdivided down here then. Yeah. I bring this one out as well. Now we're gonna have to merge these. So I'm gonna have to bring this out. And merge this with this. Merge with this with this. I mean, is that it? Let's see, let's go ahead and make sure everything is correctly spaced. Why is this looking like this? What? I'm confusing myself right now. What is going on? Bro. Maybe it's best to just delete these, actually. Yeah, and then the only problem is actually if I turn off clipping, and then I also, this does look good though. So let's actually go ahead and make sure these are smaller than the center ones. And let's also make sure it looks good from the z-axis. Looks about even about here. Just gonna eyeball it kinda. And then, yeah, I mean, let's also scale everything up a little. Not like that. Let's actually go out of edit mode. Apply the modifier. Go back into edit mode. Fill these sides in. Which I guess we could have done in edit mode, but it's whatever. I mean, with the modifier on, not on edit mode, this is edit mode. Okay. I think that's everything, yeah. Now let's just fill everything and see how it looks in object mode. Yeah, looks good. What I can do is bring this one even more down, bring this one actually closer maybe. I don't even know if you can tell. Let's go back into scale mode, scale these ones up. Yeah, looks alright. Okay, let's go ahead and take everything down, make sure it's centered right here. Go out of edit mode, take this, move it down. So that's touching the ground, perfect. Select it and go to Blender. Where actually should I export this? Let's do it here. This is where I throw most of my assets for the RPG game anyway, so new folder, Star Sword. Yeah, we can just throw it in here. I'll know what it is anyways. Let's go to operator presets. And then let's also save it to the same position. Star Sword, wherever that is. Star Sword. There it is. Nice, saved. Now if we go back into Studio, and let's pull out the Star Blade. Where's this thing at? Why is it over here? Anyways. We're gonna have to replace all of this with the new one, which we're gonna import right now. So let's go to Avatar, Import 3D. Let's go to Environment, Star Sword. Import the FBX. Make sure everything's looking good. If it's not, then I can just double side it and it should work. Import. Let's make sure it looks good. Actually, I kind of don't like how the bottom looks kind of thick. I'm gonna undo that. Maybe it would be better if it's even thinner. No. Yeah, I mean, it don't really matter that much, but like, whoops. Okay, save EF. To export, if you don't know, EF, pretty simple. And it kind of just allows you to export real quick. E to open this, F to do FBX. Now I come over here I named it FRBX so I can just press F again, and then I'm on the right preset, and then I just press export. There we go, done. And that's kind of my way I've been doing it recently. That's how I've been kind of spamming out assets all over. Which I do have another video that I'm going to be pulling out soon. And that's just, yeah, this looks... Yeah, I think this looks better. Okay, let's actually... go ahead and transfer all of this into the new... Oh, it's a model. Let's transfer it into the part itself, and then let's use the part as the thing. Let's move these all up. And let's move these to the edges. Then let's move this one to the edge. Whoops. Move this one to the edge as well. And let's try moving it up and down. Yes, sir, ski, bruh. This looks fire, bruh. Rename it to Star Blade. And then let's also set the part itself, materials, to neon. And color to this. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful, bruh. It's so beautiful. And now let's go ahead and take this, throw it into server storage. Let's see how it looks. Come on, please be good. Okay, explosion, boom, boom, boom. Yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. What? Oh, well, I gotta fix that. Bro. Why you rotate it like that? That's fine though. That is a-okay. And it'd actually probably be easier to rotate it in studio or in here. But then it'd make it look weird. I don't know why it rotated. That was because I made it face the ground. Why does it rotate like that though? That is very odd. Let's go into the source script, see what's going on. So when it focuses... So is there a way to set forwards for a part? So if we go to Star Blade... forwards... Because I'm not trying to have its front face to be its bottom. That does not make sense to me, at least. I wonder what happens if I set orientation to like 90 in here. Will it rotate everything outside? Here, let's see. It does, okay. So we're probably gonna have to fix it like that. That's kind of stupid. But it's just what I gotta do, I guess. So every time they fell, it was kind of rotated like this, so hopefully that's good. If it's not, I'll just reverse it. It doesn't really matter. EF, operator preset, export, boom. Let's go back to studio. Pull this over here. Re-rotate this back. And let's import a new one. Come on. Did it import? Hello? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna re-import it. Oh, it's because I didn't have it selected. Whoops. Alright. Re-import. What? Okay. I have no idea what's going on, but there we go. Okay, now let's just go ahead and call this star blade, and let's just throw it in. Make sure it's working. Come on, please. Okay, that's alright. That's supposed to be like that. I rotated the wrong way. That's so annoying. Okay, so I guess it's probably not this way. We can keep it rotated like that. We're gonna have to rotate it on the y-axis then. So let's set that to 90. And let's see if that fixes it. Turn that off. Re-import. Delete star blade. Please work. Come on. Let's try it into server storage. Come on, please. I'm hoping this works. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. 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 Yes, 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 bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Okay. Let's take it out. What? Okay. Alright, anyways. Take these attachments. Boom. Drag it into here. Delete all of this trash, bro. We do not need that. Let's go ahead and set color to like bright pink for the effect. Set it to neon. And let's go ahead and rotate all the attachments. Oh man, it's gonna be a bit weird. So rotate 90 degrees and let's just move everything. To the side a bit. One more to the side. And then one up, I think. I mean, maybe one down actually. Let's shift it actually. Okay, looks good. Let's see how it looks when it's moving. And while we're at it, let's rotate it to its correct orientation here. That way it's in the correct orientation when it spawns. Server storage, boom. Okay, now let's try this. Come on. This is gonna be good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And so when they hit the ground, they're gonna explode. So let's go ahead and work on that as well. So let's close this window. We don't need that. Let's go over here. Let's make a new particle for that. What is this particle? That's the spawner. Okay, that's alright. Yeah, this is just for inspiration, so I just leave this up here for now. Let's add a new part. Add a script into it. And what are we gonna call this script? So for this one at least, I think we should call it what? Impact particle. Impact sword script. Or no. Star Blade Impact. Yeah, it's kind of a long name, but like Starblade Impact. And actually, do we even need a script? Yes, we do, because we're gonna have to do the folder. And let's throw in a bindable event. Let's call this a impact. Oh. Blade. Party. Whoops, no. Part equals parent. And let's go ahead and set this to set up variables. I don't think we're gonna have to do any tweens on this one. Functions. So we're not gonna have to import anything. What we are gonna do is we're gonna copy over some scripts from where? Probably explosion. Where is it? Show part emit particle. We're gonna need this, which we could have just written ourselves, but it's whatever. Starblade. Let's go ahead and actually we don't really need execution. So we're gonna go to Starblade. No. Dot. What is it called? Equals Starblade dot events dot impact. And connect function. And then on this one we're gonna emit particle. And then we're gonna just leave this commented out for now because we're gonna start making the particle now. We're gonna add a attachment. We're also gonna make transparent. So we got the attachment. Now we just gotta go into Sonito. Hello. There we go. And let's go to particles, and we're gonna do a, what type of explosion are we trying to go for? Let's use a flip book actually. This one could be cool. I've never really used that one. Lightning. This is, if we're gonna use lightning, this is probably the opportunity. I don't know if I really want to use lightning though. A lot of these don't seem to be what I'm looking for. Well, they are the ones I've... Okay, you know what? We could use this for when they're starting to fly down. This would be cool. That's a good idea. Yeah, we should need another explosion effect. Okay, I like this though. I'm gonna real quick favorite that. Bread. Dang. Oh, no, we're using this. Where did it go? Yeah, we're gonna import that. Yeah. Let's go to properties. Let's set the impact. Maybe not that big. Yeah, that's way too big. Random rotation though, we're gonna need that. We're gonna also need a fade out U curve. Sigma, whatever that is. I don't even know what I've been doing here. Okay, let's set light emissions to 1, light influence to 1, Z offset to 1, 2. Let's set to 1. Okay. And let's see. Yeah, these explosions are way too big. Okay, size. That's probably why. Let's delete this, delete this, delete this, delete this. We really don't need all those points. And for the transparency, we're actually going to try and go even. Maybe like this. This might look good. And also, let's actually pull out VFX suit. Let's go ahead and set rate to 0 and emit 2 at a time. Let's set rotation speed maybe further than that. Let's set it to 60-60. I feel like it's missing something. It is 100% missing something. It needs one more. What could it use? Maybe like a flame. Oh, you know, this looks cool. We're throwing this into cosmic. Let's set the let's see, light emission to like half, and then let's set it maybe let's set it to 100%. Let's see how that looks. And let's set it size to 5. That is not 5. No, maybe a bit more than 5. Let's try 7. Okay. No, that's too big. So let's try 5.5. Yeah, that looks good. So now let's go ahead and start affecting the rotation. So let's go actually into properties. Let's set the fade, rotation, and the sigma, whatever that is. And I think that's about it. Well, actually, no, that's not fast. Let's go negative 300, 300. And let's also have it emit to yeah, that's not okay, let's see. I think the problem is that it's dying too fast, so let's set lifetime to 1.8. And the rotation, yeah, I think that's just too much. We don't need rotation speed. And with the colors, it's gonna look a lot better too. I think we should probably have the size animated actually. So we're gonna go like this. And at the very end, it's gonna kind of taper off. It is also on a different time scale though, so it's gonna look a lot different from the other ones. I don't think I like that. I'm gonna actually change that time scale to 1. Wait, never mind. Maybe I didn't change it. Lifetime. No, I did. Okay, lifetime. Set that to 1. Okay, and then I'll start emitting them all. See how this looks. Okay, nice. I think that's a pretty good impact. So let's go into the script. Go ahead and emit particle on star blade, and let's just go ahead and name all these to particle, and let's call this one cosmic. Let's call this one shockwave. Let's call this one water shockwave. Now all we have to do, emit particle on starblade dot particle dot cosmic, and we're gonna go ahead and do that twice. copy this, paste it twice, and then we're gonna do it on shockwave and water shockwave as well. And let's go ahead and throw that into the star blade script as well. No, in the sword script, which would be down here. So once it hits the ground, let's actually see how this looks first. So the whole particle by itself is gonna look more like this. So kind of the little part flies around, big explosion, flies up in the sky, the swords come out, and they fly down. And then they're gonna have to do the tiny explosion. And this whole thing is also gonna go away after that. Let's see. Where would I do that? Should probably be in fire layer. So it's gonna tween down. And actually I'm gonna set up a task.defer of, let's actually save this variable. No, not that one. What is this task.wait for? I don't know. Okay. The task.defer function. And inside here we're gonna wait 0.4 because that's the length of the tween. Task.wait 0.4. And once this wait has been finished, we're gonna go ahead and spawn a Starblade impact. Starblade impact. We're actually gonna need that as a value as well. Local Starblade impact, and it's a part equals ss.starblade impact, and that means we're also gonna have to take this and put it inside server storage. And now that we got this, we can go back to where we were, right here. Clone. Let's set this to local explosion equals this. Let's set it to variable part as well. And now explosion dot events dot impact fire. Wait for child. Actually, we're gonna do wait for child. And actually, we're also gonna have to wait for the script to load as well. We don't want to run it before the script is in. So let's also explosion, wait for child, star blade script. And if we're gonna do that, we might as well just wait for this one as well. Wait for child. And that's a lot of waiting, but in the end, all this is gonna be like 1 millisecond. We're also gonna have to set the position. Explosion dot position equals sword dot position. Explosion dot parent equals workspace. And I'm also gonna have to anchor it. Where's anchor? Perfect. I might actually set the position plus vector 3.new 0 0.20. And that's just gonna make it float a little bit. Okay, let's see this. Come on, please. Please work. I'm hoping this works first try. If it doesn't, then that's unfortunate, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, the thing goes away. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, please. It didn't work. Let's check the output, see what happened. Any errors? No errors, though. And the particles, okay, so the particles did spawn. They didn't do the impact though. Let me check the sword script, see what's going on. Or Starblade impact. It should have looked like this. Wait, hello? Okay, nothing seems to be working right now. What? Oh, it's because it's in server storage right now. Holy, okay. So it should have looked like this. I'm not sure why it didn't work though. Let's set delay to 2 real quick. Water shock wave. Rate. Set rate to 0. Emit twice. This real quick. I'm wondering why this isn't working. I'm gonna set up a while true system. I'm just gonna start emitting just to make sure that it's working. And let's bring the spawn right here so I can make sure it's working. Okay, yeah, so it's working. And it works from pretty far distance too. Okay. Yeah, let's try throwing that back in. Oops. And here. And let's go ahead and comment this out so it's not running. I'm not sure why this isn't working right now. Okay. Come on, please. Okay, the swords come out. And then they fly down. And they explode. What? Are they exploding while they fly? That might be what's going on. Let me actually set the what is it called? Locked apart. I'm gonna set that to true. That way they'll go along with the attachment. And let's double check to make sure the sword script isn't spawning them too early or something. Because they're not spawning at all for now. Fire layer. So the tween goes, plays, and then it plays. And the tween length is actually 0.4, so maybe I'll set it to like 0.6. Impact fire. And impact fire is basically this. Let me do a print, say, hello world, I got to impact. Just to make sure that it's actually running in the first place. If it doesn't print that, then there's a big problem. Come on. Okay. And then they go down. Okay, it's working, but I think it's just running too early. Yeah. So what I can do to fix that is set up a longer time, I think. So let me set up a task.wait of 1. Yeah, and hopefully this fixes it. Boom, boom, boom. Flies up. Sword spawn. Okay, let me watch the ground to make sure. No, there's just like no explosion. No little explosion at all. What? But it is printing this, meaning it's running it all. Sword dot position. Oh, it's spawning in the sky. Okay. Is it? Let me see if I can get the Roblox AI to do something for me real quick. Actually, no, I can do it myself. Gold part equals new instance dot new part, and then we're gonna go ahead and do part dot position equals explosion, or what is it? Sword dot position. And then part dot parent equals workspace. and parts dot size is it gonna equal vector 3 dot new 333, and this is just gonna make it big, and part dot anchored. Wait, is this anchored? Shoot. It is anchored and it has collisions, so it should have been working. Okay. Anchored equals true. And let's just see where the particle is actually spawning. This is just going to spawn a particle where it would spawn or spawning a part where it would spawn the particle. So now we'll see where the effect is spawning, which it should be spawning at the ground. Where even are the parts? Okay, yeah, the parts are spawning at the correct spots. Where are the particles at? Bruh. Are they just not big enough? Okay, let me pull this out, see what this looks like. Yeah, it should be I'm wondering what? Bro. Let's see, print emit particle. If it doesn't print that, then that's the reason why. But I'm not sure why I wouldn't do that. Man. Come on. Yeah, Sirski. Swords go out, they fall down. Okay. Oh, it's not printing at all. So it's not printing this, meaning it's not even running this, meaning impact event impacts events. Let me double check everything is connected correctly. So events impact starblade dot events dot impact. Yeah. So it should be working. Cosmic shockwave, water shockwave. Yeah. Impact event dot event. And it's a bindable event, yep. It's not even printing anything though. So it must be something from the sword script. So when I clone it, Starblade impact script, it waits for events, it waits for impact, fire. Why isn't this running? So it should be running this. Okay, you know what? In times like these, you just throw test.wait in, sometimes it works. Come on, please. I have like a 60% chance of this working, which is going to be unfortunate if it does. No, it still doesn't work. That is so weird. That is so weird. Okay, let me check each sword. Wait, where are the swords actually? Are these the swords? Let me go to server mode. Okay, these are the parts. Where are the swords? Wait, where are the swords? Okay, they're here. They got the events. What is this? I have no idea what this thing is, but... Alright, we got the event. Let's select this one, for example. Let's see where it is. Okay, it's this one. So... the script is here. These are still here. Let's set the, rate to 2. This is how it should have looked when it hit the ground. Which is why I'm wondering why it's not working at all. They're also enabled. What? Okay. Let me just go to explosion.events.impact. Fire the events and then let's go ahead and delete this because we know this is working. It's just this. After we clone it, let's do a task.wait. So actually, let's keep all of this and then let's do a task weight of 0.2 right here. And hopefully this works. Come on, please. Please, bruh. Come on. Come on, please. Yes! Yes! Why did it work? Who knows? All I know is I can remove this. Let me try removing this and see if it still works. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, we're gonna have to model the dragon head as well for that. And we also have to remove collisions on these things because I don't like how my mouse kind of gets in the way. Okay, so now they're not doing the explosion. And I would assume it's because the script isn't run before it runs the event. So what we should probably do is probably put a folder, put in values, and then put a bool, call it ran, set it to false. And basically the only if explosion dot values dot ran dot value, meaning if it's run the what app has been updated. I don't know what that was for. Okay, if the explosion value has been updated, meaning the script is loaded, then we can do the explosion impact. Otherwise, else we're gonna have to do a task.wait of 0.2, and then we're gonna set the value ran here. So we're gonna do ran bool value equals star blade dot values dot ran, and then we're gonna set it here actually. So ran dot value equals true here. We're gonna delete all of that stuff, and we're actually gonna set this in the execution section of our script. So I'm gonna put up a position here, execution, and you know what? We can actually impact event fire false, and then we can set from self. Actually, let's do true. I call this a boolean. If from self and return end. Okay, perfect. And now we got this done. And now let's go ahead and head back to the script right here. Else we're gonna do explosion.events.impact wait. Okay, now let's try this. Please work. So now let's just run the whole particle again. The little thing jumps around, big explosion happens, swords pop out. There we go. They fly down. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, wow, that's a lot of errors. Wait is not a valid member of bindable event. I have an idea here. So I'm going to set a local thing and bindable event equals, and we're going to set it to this. What arcs do they have? So thing dot wait No, dot event wait. Okay, it's this. Okay. Event wait, and then we can delete this. And now, okay, please. This should work. I think this should work. Yes. Okay. Boom, explosion. Swords come out. If this doesn't work, then I'm just gonna give up. I'm gonna go to sleep. But if it does work, I'm gonna keep working a bit. Did it work? I can't even tell. It printed everything. I wasn't looking that close. Maybe, here, let me try running that again. Please work, bruh. I just need it to work. Okay, let's just watch the ground to see if the swords fall. Or the particle spawns when they fall. So the particle's not spawning, but it's also printing everything, so it should be. What? I wonder why it's not. Oh man. Dang, bruh. Should I be... Wait, what? It might be that they're not loaded or something? I wonder why it's not working. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on this part of the script later on. Let's just move on to the next thing. So we've already done this. We've modeled the star sword. Star dragon comes from crack. Let's do that actually. Let's make the dimensional crack. Okay, so let's pull out a new part. Make it kind of float in the sky. Let's call it dimension crack, and then let's start putting in particles. Alright. Pull out this, and then let's see. What should we use for the portal? Okay, oh, this ground explosion. I forgot to use this, but I'm gonna have to use this later. Probably this. This looks pretty good. So I'm gonna import this. What else should I put in? This one looks good. This could be cool. Let's add this as well. Let's add a bit of smoke. I think we already have one of these. Let's add a star. Let's add a round. What else? A little bit of these. I think that's about it. What else? Let's go to Flipbook, see if there's anything good here. Okay, we can use this. Oh, this one, yeah. We might be able to use that. Or no, I'll not use it though. We can use this though for sure. Then yeah, I was gonna use this for the swords. I forgot about that. Yeah, for now that should be good. How many is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a lot of particles. Let's actually add a attachment and let's bring everything into this. And move the attachment up. And then for everything, let's go ahead and set the light emission, light transmission. Looks like a whole lot of nothing right now. But if we go to properties, do this. Already just like that, it's kind of looking a lot better. What else do I have to do though? We kind of need like a portal opening. I've never done that before, so I don't know how you would go about, but I think you would want maybe something kind of like a... What I was doing over here was using this. I think it was this one, yeah. So we're probably gonna have to import one of those. Let's make another attachment. Let's bring all of these into that. And then this one will be the actual portal itself. That's gonna be like the impact to spawn the portal. This one's gonna be to have the actual portal itself. Okay, so we have the portal effect. Light emissions. Set that to 1. Light influence, set that also to 1. Transparency. We're gonna go ahead and put on a fade out transparency. We're not gonna change the rotation, we're gonna change the impact size. Is it not centered? Oh, this particle is centered. Doesn't look to be super centered, but I guess that's not that big of a problem. Maybe we're not gonna do the size actually. Yeah, I think what we should do is the squash. So it's gonna start. No, let's not mess with squash for now. 0. Size, let's set this to... First, it's gonna be kind of small. And it's gonna instantly kind of ease into it. Now if we go to squash. Man, let's ease it in way faster for transparency as well. Squash. This should be good. Size, let's set this to... How do I scale everything up? Value 10. Let's set this to 15. Maybe less squash as well, actually, because I think it looks too good like that. Well, I guess for the start, it could be super squashed. And when it's closing up, it goes back to squashed. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, what else are we gonna go for? Bunch of stars, I guess. We could do that. Which one should we go for? This one. I think this one's good. Oh, whoops. Just spawn a ton of these around. The problem is that I don't know if you can change where it spawns if it's in a attachment. Can you? Spread angle. No, you'd have to do it in a part, so that's alright, we can just throw in a part. Not over there though. Bring that up here. see. Yeah, I mean, that's about covering the portal. And so this is kind of where let's make it a bit bigger than the portal itself, actually. This is where the stars are going to spawn. So let's throw a star in here. Throw this into dimension crack. Set transparency to 1. Let's get the stars starting to spawn. And actually, while we're at it, let's get this stylized beam. And let's actually... what is it? Set acceleration to 0.5 maybe? And let's say it's a orientation to perpendicular. Yeah, there we go. So this is kind of like where the dragon's gonna spawn from. It's gonna fly down, hit the ground, explode and everything. Yeah, let's go ahead and start spawning little stars around. Rotate 30. And then size. Looks pretty good. Missions. Maybe not that much. Because there's a ton of these stars, so we don't want a ton of emissions. What we do want is a fade out curve. And rotation maybe? No, we don't want to change the rotation. Okay. Yeah. You know what, actually, I think this many spawns might be too much. And I don't like how I see so many of those tiny ones as well. So at some point, I think I'm just gonna delete these. Make it faster. And it's gonna go straight to 0. Kind of like this. And we're gonna set the rate to 20. That's even too much. I think 10. Let's try 10. That's too little. Let's try 17. Yeah, perfect. Looks about right. I wonder if there's any other statics I can use. We could probably use this though. This would be kind of cool on the insert. So we're gonna make one of these as well. We're gonna set the what is it called? Velocity? Yeah, no. Acceleration to 1. And we're gonna set the orientation to velocity perpendicular as well. And actually, let's set it to -1, so it's behind the portal. Light emissions, light influence. Set the size here. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Maybe let's just set it to 35 though. You can't really see the portal itself now though. So let's set light emissions lower. No, we can't. We gotta keep that to 100. Light influence to less. Transparency. We're gonna mess with the transparency actually, because we can't really mess with anything else. where it like kind of messes up the whole particle. And let's actually have it faded in super quickly. Kind of like this. And it fades out pretty slowly. Boom. And the size, I wish I could animate it, but I can't because this thing is trash, bro. They gotta fix this thing. Why is it it's maximum 10? Does not make sense. But we can still mess with some stuff. If we set this to 30, and we set this to 20, does that automatically go back? It maxes out at 10. That is so annoying. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with that, but it's whatever. Okay. Like a little impact. Let's see what else can we do here. Flip books. We could throw this in too. And I think, what was that called? Energy vague. Nice. We can set size to 35. Set to what? Acceleration to -2. That's gonna be even faster. And then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna set the orientation again as well. Perpendicular velocity. I think 35 actually might be too big for this one. Let's set it to 20. Okay. Set color to like purplish. We can also do a gradient. So it fades from purple to like cyan. How does that look? Kind of like astralish? No. I don't know if blue is this like astral color, so maybe we'll go straight to pink. Pinkish black. Which is purple. I don't know what else going with that. But yeah, we're gonna need more light emission. Then let's see what up properties. Fade out, we're gonna need that. Actually, yeah, let's start coloring stuff real quick. So with the rainbow 4, what is that? Okay, that's the impact. We can have that as kind of like dark blue. Looks good. Stylized beam, we're gonna set that to like adjusting kind of randomly. Let's set that to, let's see, start from blue, go to more of a pinker color, and then end on more of a purplish color. Yeah, and then fully end on purple. And you can't really tell that much because it's already maxed light emission, so maybe let me... No, you kind of do need light emissions. Okay, and now let's work on the stars. What should we hear? Color. We're gonna start with pink. Actually, we could probably copy the colors from the, yeah, stylus beam. beam color. Blue, purple. Yeah, let's save this as a color. Now we can just use it on anything. Nice. So it kind of opens, dragon comes out. Boom. We're gonna need something where like the explosion kind of goes out though, like kind of like boom. So we're gonna have to add that too. I wonder how I can do that. Let's delete that actually. Let's go to Flipbook, see if there's any good impacts. This one looks alright. Nah. This one could be good. Um, yeah, I'm not even sure, bro. Okay. Wait, this thing looks insane. Yeah, it doesn't really matter though. Okay, I think we're gonna use this one. Along with this. We could have this as well, like it kinda surrounds the whole thing. But if we're gonna do that, we might as well use a cool looking one. In that case, we could use this along with this. Oh, these ones look pretty cool. But this one looks pretty cool too. Oh, no, this one. We're using that one. Let's see. This one could be cool, but I think it looks too high-tech. Yeah, the edges aren't... Actually, no. We could try that. Oh, this one looks good. No, we're using that. Okay, I think that's it. That one looked really good. Kinda has like a fade on the ends. Where did it go? There it is. You ain't escaping me, bruh. Okay, insert. And we're gonna set the to 4. We're also gonna set the orientation to this perpendicular, and we're gonna set the size to 40. Is it not set? Don't tell me it's not centered. Maybe the effect itself isn't centered. No, it's... Oh, the particle itself isn't centered. That's fine. Yeah, we can just adjust things as we go. Yeah, it's because that portal is like off by a lot. It's kind of annoying, but it's whatever. At the same time, with this clock, we're gonna set the size not to 40. Maybe let's try 20. 30? No, 25. That's good. Yeah, it's not centered at all. Holy crap. And we're gonna rotate it. I feel like it's... Oh, it's because it's going closer. Okay. Rate also 0.5. Let's go ahead and set emissions to maxed. And let's also set colors. And then let's add let's try this one. I think it was a cobweb overlay, was that it? Yeah. Let's fade out, random. Size, no, we just gotta change the size to like 30. And let's set the emissions, of course. Yeah, it's kind of weird that this is like one of the only ones that I think that's too big. Yeah, let's set it to like 20, 15. I think these clocks should get bigger as they go. The problem is that we would have to use a suit, which I guess isn't really a problem. Okay, we'll just have it like this. So it'll start at 25 and end at 30. Yeah. Looks good to me. Nice. I think we need more than just that smoke because it looks kind of trash by itself. So let's add maybe this. No. Okay, this could be cool. Almost transparent. Let's set a lot of the same properties. Let's do this. And then let's set the size to 30. Or was it 25? I can't even see it. Oh, it's very almost transparent. I see it. That's what they meant. Yeah, let's set the size to like 20 to 25. Or not, I guess you can't. Let's set speed to 0. Let's set what? What am I trying to do here? Rate, let's set that to 3. So we see more of them. And I think we should set size so that starts down here. Okay, maybe not. Okay, we'll set the minimum to 0, maximum to that. Okay, that looks good. We're gonna need more smoke though, that's not enough. So let's go back at flipbooks. The water ripple might be good. But I was thinking of more like a smoke. Something like this. This might not be enough like structure though. Guess we'll see. We don't want to like completely cover the portal though. Where did I just insert that too? Don't I already have that though? Wait, I already have that actually. Oops. Let's do this one. Let's see if I can properties. Oh, okay. So we're gonna go into energy and we're gonna set color to, wait, which one was it? I think it was this one, yeah. Color, size. This is gonna be more like an impact, I guess. It's like when the whole entire thing spawns, I guess. The portal spawns, it's gonna spawn with like particles like that. Set the rotation to negative 360 to 360. And rotation speed to negative 30 to 30. Okay, I mean, at least for now, I mean, this is looking good. Let's go ahead and anchor this. Let's bring this up. This is kind of where it's going to spawn from. Yeah, those things still aren't working. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and fix that, and I think I'm gonna call it there. Yeah, so it's not working, but it should be a simple fix. I just gotta Okay, so it's printing these. I wonder if it's just doing it too early now. I don't have the 0 task to wait. 0.4. Maybe that's why. That must be it actually, now that I think about it. Come on. Please. Bro. Such an L, bruh. This is such an L. Let's task out wait. So let's actually clone first and then let's do the task out wait. I wonder if that's gonna help anything. So it's just not spawning the particles, bro. Where do I have to test out? Wait for this thing to work. It's spawning in the sky. Is that why it hasn't been working? Man, it's things like this where I just want to go to sleep, bro. Someone's freaking 3, bro. Oh my gosh, please work. That's all I ask, bro. Task. Oh, wait. 0.1. I don't really care. As long as it works, I just need something to work. I know that's usually how you're not supposed to do things like this, but I just want this to work, please. Please, bruh. Please, just spawn the little explosions where you hit. Come on. Yeah, it's so delayed though. Yes, you know what? We'll just leave it there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna unfortunately close the stream here. I've been streaming for way too long and I'm very much cooked in the brain, bruh. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. I will probably be on this tomorrow just because the competition that I'm submitting for is ending tomorrow. Or the day after tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to work on this like overtime tomorrow to just finish everything up. But that's about like all the work that I've gotten today finished. And so yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.